Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everyone. So today is National Quitters Day. Did you know that was a thing? I did not know that was a thing. I didn't know there was a national day dedicated to quitting, but there's a thing called National Quitters Day, and it's today, and it is the second Friday of January. Because it's the day that everybody quits on their New Year's resolutions. What? Who knew there was like literally a national day for, this was a thing. I am not shocked though, because 93% of people quit on their New Year's resolutions. And I'm sure you're not shocked at that statistic as well. Like, it happens, right? Because our eyes, it's like we're a kid in a candy store on New Year's Day, and like our eyes are bigger than our stomachs, and we take on way more than we can chew. And then 2 weeks later, aka today, National Quitters Day, those doubts start creeping in, and life gets in the way, and we start getting a little discouraged, and our inner mean girl starts getting louder and saying like, who are you to do this goal? Who do you think you are to show up for yourself like that? And we just get discouraged, right? Raise your hand in the comments if you are kind of at that point right now, or tell me where you're at. Maybe you're doing awesome at your goals. I would love to hear, your thoughts on that. But yeah, Janelle just commented and said, I love what you said yesterday. It's not about motivation. It's about consistency. Yes, queen. It is all about consistency. Motivation is a myth. We think we're like, I'm waiting for motivation, and it's like, girl, that's a myth. That motivation is not going to come. If you're waiting for motivation to come, you're in trouble. It comes down to your commitment, and you've got to start acting on your commitments, not your feelings, because I can guarantee you by 2 weeks in, you're feeling a lot differently than you were day one, right? Like day one, you're like, let's do this. I'm fired up. I'm pumped up. I'm going to, do all the things. I'm going to accomplish all the things. I'm going to get all these amazing results. And then 2 weeks in, different feelings, different vibes, right? So I want to talk about why that's not going to be you. Because my goal is to help you achieve your goal. Like it is, I'm very passionate about this because I've seen the power of accomplishing goals in my own life, and it's literally changed my life. But I've had to learn things the hard way. And I will say one of the most effective ways to achieve your goals is through my new system that I share in my book called One Goal for 100 Days. And I'm not saying this just from my own experience. This is literally tried and true. I've done this system myself multiple times, and I've had thousands of women do it with me, and I share a lot of their stories here in my book. And the reason why it works is because you end up picking one goal, because it's so easy to overwhelm ourselves, right? But when you pick just one goal to focus on and something, you think a little harder about what that goal is going to be. Instead of just being like, I'm going to do this, you really think about that, what you want to commit to, and you think about your why. And that's something I think we need to go back to when we're in the messy middle, which we are right now. We're on day 12. It's the 12th of January. We're on day 12 of our goals. And we're in the messy middle where things get hard and they get a little frustrating, and we start, again, having those doubts of like, is this gonna even work? Is this even worth my time? Right. And so I'll tell you a story. I've been doing this One Goal for 100 Days. I started on day one, and, I've been doing two things, which is, I know, ironic, but because I say one, but I'm the author. I've done this before. I know I can handle two. And I've been kind of like practicing them previously. So what I'm doing is no Diet Coke, which has been hard. For those of you that know me, I love Diet Coke, right? And then the other one is I'm doing keto for 100 days. And the reason I chose to do keto is because I've been having blood sugar issues and I wanted to balance my blood sugars. And I've also been having migraines lately. And I knew that when I had eaten keto in the past, my migraines go away, which is another reason I'm off Diet Coke too, because caffeine kind of contributes to my migraines. So it's funny though, because we often forget our why. Like we forget why we started. And we start getting, we start doing the work and we realize like, wait, this is work. Like this is not fun. We realize like, oh shoot, I'm actually having to do the work. So before I jump any further, if you want to win a signed copy of my book, by the way, comment below and say me or book. Actually, comment below and say book, and I'll give away one of these for free. But what happened is, so yesterday I kind of cheated a little bit on keto, and I had a cookie, I had 2 cookies, and I had some chips and guac and salsa, and I had tacos, and I was like, okay, I could have easily been like, okay, well, I messed up, guess I better quit. Literally it was yesterday, so I could have quit today. But I talk about this in my book, and this is something I learned from Jon Acuff, is what are you going to do the day after perfect? Because guess what? You're going to mess up. You're going to make mistakes. You're a human, and you might even skip a day. What are you going to do when that happens? You have to really decide, and you have to focus on why you started. You have to remember the commitment that you made and give yourself grace and jump back on the wagon. And so I could have been like, you know what? I just messed up. Oh, well, like giving up. But I had to remember why I started. Like, I don't want to have migraines anymore. And when I ate that cookie, I felt like I was going to throw up. No joke. Cause I hadn't had sugar in 11 days. And so sometimes those setbacks are actually good for us, because it was a good reminder for me that like, oh yeah, this makes me feel gross. And that's why that's why I'm not doing this anymore. And so it was like a good reminder, that setback, that little mess up that I did yesterday was a good reminder of like, yeah, this is why I'm doing this. So sometimes those setbacks can be little lessons on our journey towards our goal. And so let me share a couple other tips to help you not be a quitter on the second Friday of January. The other one is to make sure you're sharing it publicly. And guys, I haven't been doing a good job of sharing my goal publicly. I've been so busy like talking about my book, One Goal for 100 Days, that by the way is #1 on Amazon in the women in business category. I've been so busy talking about it that I haven't talked about my personal goal and me doing the One Goal for 100 Days challenge. And I'm like, I need to share this more, because there's like social pressure, right? When you publicly share things, there's more pressure to do it. When you've got more eyeballs watching you, and cheering you on, then you're more likely to not want to quit on them. It's kind of, you're out tricking yourself, basically. There's so many ways that we are trying to out trick ourselves on it. I talk about so many of these in the book. But you're trying to out trick yourself and outsmart yourself. And one of those is by sharing it publicly, because you're going to have people that are like, how's your goal going? Or like, where's your check-in? I didn't see your daily check-in today. And so it holds you more accountable. So speaking of accountability, another way to increase your chances of achieving your goal and to not be a quitter on National Quitters Day, is to get an accountability partner. And so if you don't have an accountability partner, I want to challenge you to find one. Like, you can do a post on Facebook, do a post on Instagram and say, I'm looking for a partner to go walking with me, to, not do Diet Coke with me, or whatever it is. I have an accountability group. And what's fascinating? The 2 other ladies that I'm doing keto with, the group's gotten quieter as the days have gone through. And I'm like, okay, see, it's just a fascinating pattern that we all start to get a little more discouraged, a little less gung-ho than we were on January 1st. And that's okay. That's normal, guys. You're not an awful person. if that's you. Literally, that's just being a human. So we just have to outsmart ourselves. And one of the ways is to get an accountability partner. And then if statistics say that you are 65% more likely to achieve your goal after you commit to another person. So having that accountability partner is huge. And then if you want to increase your chances even higher, set up accountability meetings with your partner. That increases your chances of achieving your goal to 95%. Blows my mind. Like, that's an insane number. So instead of being in the 95% who quit on National Quitters Day, which is today, be in the 95% who show up for their accountability meeting and like rock their goals. Another thing that really, really helps with staying accountable and just achieving your goals is using a tracker. Guys, if you haven't downloaded my free 100-day tracker, girl, do it now. It's free. You can get it at kellyfrantz.com/tracker. Print this bad boy off right now and post that you did. Tag me in your posts so I can see and to hold yourself accountable. But checking it off, and I show you this tracker because it's my son's tracker, my youngest son's, and I just think it's the cutest thing ever that he did it too. But there is something satisfying about checking it off. And there's also something that is so rewarding about not breaking the chain. But if you do break the chain, if you do miss a day, that's okay. Like, keep going. Another thing that really helps with staying motivated is my book, One Goal for 100 Days. It is a motivational journal. I set it up so that it is sort of like a tracker. It has like, this is the day we're on, day 12. This is a story of one of the ladies who did One Goal for 100 Days. These stories are so inspiring. Then there's a place for you to write down your feelings and just kind of like say, check off that you did it. There's more tips and then prompts here in the journal entry. So every day you've got this you've got like Kelly in your pocket cheering you on, giving you a little motivational boost in my book. So if you want to make 2024 a little different, then you got to do things a little differently. And if you want to actually achieve your goals, try some of these things that I've shared in this live video and share them. I just really, really want to help you reach your goals. Guys, you can't Amazon Prime your results. It takes time. That's why 100 days, somebody called, is more powerful than just 21 days. We know 21 days changes a habit. And that's great. But 100 days is when you really start to see build some momentum and see results. So hang in there, girl. If you're getting discouraged, if you're having those doubts, doubt your doubts and know that I am here giving you the courage and the encouragement to keep going. Keep going. Reach out to me if you need a little boost or find an accountability partner to help you stay accountable. Share it publicly. Get my tracker, get my book, join the One Goal for 100 Days movement. It truly is powerful. I've seen it happen with so many women, including myself. I literally wrote this book in 100 days. So see what amazing things you can do in 100 days too. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep going. Bye.